One of the top 10 highest grossing superhero movies of all time. Number 10 is Captain America Civil War with 1.1 billion. Man, who would have thought that in 2016, a movie about Captain America and Iron Man fighting would do so much better than a movie about Superman and Batman fighting? And just overall be a way better movie. And number 9 is Incredibles 2 with $1.2 billion. Ironically, the only non-Marvel movie on this list. And up until this year, it was actually the highest grossing Pixar movie. I love The Incredibles, and the first movie did really well, but I didn't think the sequel would end up doing this well. I think Incredibles 3 might have the potential to become the highest grossing animated movie of all time. And number 8 is Iron Man 3 with $1.2 billion, the first ever Marvel movie about a single character to pass $1 billion at the box office. I think Iron Man 3 was really riding off of the success of the Avengers, which may or may not be later on this list, because Iron Man 3 in and of itself was really not that loved. At number 7 is the most recent addition to the list, Deadpool and Wolverine with $1.3 billion. Also the highest R-rated movie of all time. And I think it will stay at that spot for a long time. This movie was honestly just such a given to make the amount of money that it made. At number 6 is actually Black Panther with $1.3 billion. I don't think anyone expected Black Panther to be as much of a hit as it was, but it just had two things going for it. It came out right before Avengers Infinity War, and it had that hype going for it. It also just had a very strong cultural impact. And number 5 is Avengers Age of Ultron with $1.4 billion. The question for this movie was, can Marvel catch lightning in a bottle twice? And they did. People wanted to see the Avengers team up again. The movie felt like an event, and just throwing Ultron in there also was a big plus. And number 4 is the Avengers with $1.5 billion. And it really is insane how well this movie did, because none of the movies building up to it, like Thor or Iron Man, were huge hits. But the Avengers just felt like an event. And at the time, it was so crazy seeing these characters from other movies come together in this one big movie. And it was really just all the proof you needed that cinematic universe could work. At number 3 is Spider-Man No Way Home with $1.9 billion, and damn does that stress me out, because it's about $50 million off of being a $2 billion movie, but whatever. This movie had built like no other, and it's also crazy because it released during a pandemic. Spider-Man No Way Home really was the movie that turned things around for the movie business and brought back huge numbers that previously went down because of the pandemic. At number 2 is Avengers Infinity War with just over $2 billion. This movie was the payoff for a 10-year-long setup, and yeah, people were excited. I also think this movie just proved that if you have Avengers in the title, it's automatically going to cross $1 billion. And then at number 1 is Avengers Endgame with $2.7 billion. Just a little bit under $2.8 billion, may I add. Avengers Endgame was at one point the highest grossing movie of all time, but then Avatar was re-released and ended up passing it, becoming number 1 spot again. The hype for this movie was just unreal. The way Avengers Infinity War was the payoff to that 10-year-long build-up, Avengers Endgame was the ending to it, the big finale. And yeah, people were beyond hyped, including me. It was an event.